Hello, this is Amin Isa, GPHR, PHR with HRCI. Today we're going to talk in our HRCI in the Know about summer learning and what it means to get a scorecard when you take an exam. So let's proceed. As you know, exams are rated based on different methodology. In our world of certification, we use what's called the modified Angoff method. And what it is basically is a standard setting that we set by global HR SMEs that we bring from around the world. They're actual practitioners, and they come and they decide what the scores are. They evaluate the difficulty level of each of our exam questions. Then they determine the minimally competent candidate, the MCC rating per credential type. So each credential, APHR, PHR, SPHR, GPHR, all questions within those categories have an MCC, which is the minimally competent candidate rating. Then they rate each question in those specific exams based on the correct MCC responses. So we test these exams psychometrically, we see what the answers are, and then they find out what the correct MCC responses are. And based on that, in step 5, there is a discussion of the rating reasons, and then adjust these based on the life and career experience or rationale of all people practicing. So as a global certifying body, we want to make sure that, how do people answer and their reasoning based on life and career experiences globally. And then once all these steps are done, we define the cutoff score. So what is that? The score setting is basically a scaled score setting where we ensure that both fairness and consistencies are available for all scores, for all candidates. Then we take these scores and we convert them to a common scale that accounts for the differences in difficulty of all the different versions of an exam type. So let's say you are a candidate for PHR and 50 other people are taking the PHR that day. We have different exam forms, so the questions are different. So what this second step does is make sure that the scores are on a common scale, regardless of what exam version you've taken. Thirdly, we use an equating process where the newer version of questions that are introduced remain scored fairly. So if a law changes during the year and we update our exam questions, we make sure that scoring is still in line with our cut score that's scaled. The passing score for each exam also is set at 500. That's the 500 minimum that you have to pass. Now, that record, a lot of people call and ask, well, can you give me a number score? We don't. We provide you a pass or fail outcome, no numeric score. The number doesn't mean anything to you as far as how we do all these calculations in the scaled scores. What you need to know is that you will pass or fail the exam, and that's how we do it. It's a pass-fail exam and assessment. Lastly, once you pass your exam or not, you get a score report. You log into your HRCI account, you look at your score report, and it tells you based on the functional areas and where you've been, what you've scored. In this example, as you can see, we have the lowest score to the highest score. So let's look at the first exam content outline. This is for a GPHR exam. The strategic HR management is at 25% of the exam. This person scored quite high, more than median on this category. What this does, when you look at this report with the different categories as an exam taker, whether you pass or fail, you can determine where you did well or where you didn't. And in this exam report example, the person did pretty well. They did more than the median. They were leaning towards the higher score. So this is how we report your outcome of an exam. It's not a number, it's a pass-fail. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about learning, remember we have HRCI Learning at learn.hrci.org. If you have questions about your score or you understand the Angoff method or anything like that, you can look at our handbook or you can write us an email at info@hrci.org. If you want to talk to somebody about your specific situation, you can call us between Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time at 1-866-898-4724. Thank you so much again for attending today. I wish you all the best. This is Amin Isa, GPHR, PHR. I wish you a great day. Thank you and see you next time.